This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Hi all. Good morning. So before I talk about training, let me introduce myself. Okay. I have around 14 years of experience, more than that, 14 plus. I started my career with Abap. Then I moved to SAP UI5, Fiori, Abap Odata, Fiori Elements. I worked on various S4 HANA implementation projects. Then I worked on BTP, okay, where I worked on various services like IoT, blockchain, okay. Then I move mobile services, CPI services, okay, BaaS service, SAP Build Work Zone, SAP Build Process Automation, okay. Lot of services I worked on BTP, okay. So I'm as a BTP consultant also. So this is my experience and currently I'm working. Okay, and coming to the training from past more than 8 years, I'm giving training on SAP UI5, Fiori, Abap, Odata, BTP, CAPM, Node.js, okay, and RAP, okay, Abap CDS uses for HANA, all on premises and well in cloud. And these are the various topic I'm giving training. Okay, so that is my experience currently working as well as my training experience. Okay, so now let us move to the today's demo. Okay, demo on SAP Fiori and SAP UFI, OData and BTP. That is what which I'll be covering. Okay, so evolution as agenda today agenda is that I just here it will be BTP also. Okay, so evolution. Okay, so agenda is SAP evolution from the starting date to till date. What evolution has come in SAP that I'm going to discuss. Fiori overview. Okay, what is Fiori? Why SAP has brought Fiori into our world? What is the advantage of using that? We'll discuss overview. What is SAP Fiori? Okay, what exactly it is? Why we call SAP Fiori? That time we'll discuss. SAP UFI, why we are using SAP UFI technology to develop the applications. That was going to discuss. What is OData? Absolutely. What does that mean? What is that protocol we are using that we are going to discuss? What is SAP NetWeaver Gate? And we will develop the backend and then we'll develop the front end and then we will develop them an application end to end from backend consuming into the BaaS and develop SAP UFI application. That is use case demo and what is BTP. Okay, so this is what which I will be covering in this one. So everyone know evolution of the SAP user interface, right? So from the starting, right, from the starting classes, everyone knows that what is that first thing we are using is that SAP GUI. Yes or no? SAP GUI is the one which we were using it, correct? Right? So after that is what we are starting it. Now I want to know why SAP has introduced SAP GUI, why not web browser? Anyone please tell me why SAP has introduced SAP GUI, why not SAP web applications? Anyone please tell me. Anyone please tell me why SAP went its own GUI instead of using the web applications? Anyone please. Anyone knows that why SAP has went that?
Not user friendly.
Not user friendly. Web application is not user friendly.
No, GUI is not user friendly.
No, no, that's what. Why SAP went to GUI instead of going to web applications? Okay. So what my question is, why SAP
Actually,
has not introduced a browser instead of why they went for SAP GUI screens?
browser can access the mobile phone and laptop, and anywhere you can use the tabs also.
Hmm, okay, let me make it in this way. So when SAP GUI has come into the picture during 1970s, okay, during that time there is no browser. It was not there at all. So that is the reason SAP has developed its own user interface that is called GUI. So understood now? Clear why SAP has come up with its own GUI? Because there is no browser at that time during 1970. That is the reason SAP has developed its own GUI. Right? So that's what the during that time, okay, during this SAP GUI, okay, so the architecture which used to have, right, I'll show you. Okay, the architecture which we used to have, right, one is called the SAP GUI, another one is called the application server. Okay, then this is the SAP GUI. Okay, and this is the application server. Okay, then let me send. Okay, when see everyone knows that whenever we send the data from one source to destination, there will be a protocol. Yes or no? So whenever I open any transaction code, okay, whenever I'm opening any transaction code in SAP GUI, okay, in SAP GUI like VA01 or any transaction code SC38, okay, it sends the request to the application server, okay, then the application server responds back to the our GUIs, okay, and it opens the transaction code. So this is what which is happening in the during 1970. Okay, so we never know that SAP is hitting application server and the application server is responding to the SAP GUI. That is where SAP is defined. Whenever we send the data to a third party, it will be in the packets. Yes or no? And we know that nothing but a protocol. And the protocol which they are using is called DIG protocol. What is that? DIG protocol. DIG protocol. So DIG protocol stands for the Dynamic Information Action Gateway, and it is a protocol. What is that? Dynamic Information Action Gateway. This is the protocol which they are using it during okay, to transfer the data from to the SAP GUI to the applications. What is that? Dynamic, okay, information, sorry, dynamic. Okay, so during this is what the protocol they are using it. Dynamic, okay, information action gateway. And it is a protocol. Okay, what protocol is SAP using to send the request from SAP GUI to application server? It is DIG protocol, and the application server understands the DIG protocol and responds the DIG, and the GUI understands the DIG, and finally we get the result. Right, so this is what which we the following, okay, protocol. Any questions? Okay, so now that is what SAP was during 1970. Now next is come ITS. Anyone tell me? Okay, anyone worked on ITS? Why SAP has went to ITS? Anyone tell me? Okay, so instead of it is a browser based application, and instead of using GUI we can use as a browser. So what protocol, okay, is used to interact browser to an application is nothing but HTTP protocol. Okay, HTTP, and this is a big challenge to SAP. Why it is a big challenge, I'll tell you. Okay, because browser understands only HTTP. Okay, hypertext, okay, stands for the, everyone knows hypertext stands for protocol. Okay, now SAP understands the DIG protocol, where browser understands HTTP protocol. And in this context, what solution we can provide to SAP and how to use the browser? So anyone tell me what? See, our SAP understands DAG protocol. Well, browser understands HTTP protocol. Then how? What solution SAP has done during that time? Okay. Now how they have you implemented the architecture? That is what which we are going to discuss. Okay. We have SAP GUI that we already know, and we have application server. Okay, and we have here browser. Okay, so SAP GUI. Okay, application server. Okay, then here browser. ITS browser HTTP. Okay, then take this one. Okay, now how? See what will happen now. Now SAP GUI application server, which they understand the DAG protocol that we already know. Now browser understands HTTP protocol, because how SAP has resolved is they have done one converter, okay, which converts HTTP to DIG protocol, okay, DIG to HTTP. Okay, whenever I am trying to open anything GUI in the browser, it goes to this converter using HTTP protocol. Okay, this converter will convert HTTP to DIG and sends to this application server. Okay, then this application server will go back to the SAP GUI. It opens it and send back to the application. From the application server, again it sends to this converter. This is also DIG. Then this converter will convert DIG to HTTP. Then it opens in our browser. So this I had to follow the structure, because I cannot change the application server in 1990s, because the browser revolution had come and people are getting used to this browser and they're happy to use this browser instead of GUI because of look and feel. Okay, in 1990 they have to install this ITS web server separately and they can use the ITS transactions. So this is what was happens in the 1990s. ITS mainly works like GUI, means you can open just transactions instead of opening in the SAP GUI. You can open some transactions, only some transaction in the browser, and it is meant for only for transactions. And you can, okay, drawback using the drawback. I'm using the word drawback by using ITS is we can only open limited transactions only, like S11 VA01. It is meant for transactions only. This is the drawback. Okay, so you can just open the transactions, that's all. Okay, you cannot do anything. Okay, so this is the drawback during 1990s. Okay, now what? Okay, instead of ITS, okay, coming back to our PPT. Okay, instead of IPS, okay, they're started using ICF. Okay, you might have seen the transaction code SSCF. Okay, ICF stands for the Internet Communication Framework. It is a framework which contains Internet Communication Framework, where it is a combination of application server. ICF means what they did, right? They combined these two and we call it as ICF, stands for Internet Communication Manager. Okay, Internet Communication Manager. So this is what we are following it. Is it clear, guys? Any questions? Okay, so now ICF stands for the Internet Communication Manager. Any question? So now what during this time SAP has introduced BSP and WebDyn Pro. Okay, using the WebDyn Pro, where we can develop applications easily. If you want to develop any sales custom applications, then easy. We have function modules, we have everything. We can easily develop using WebDyn Pro. Okay, best part is minimal code and faster development using WebDyn Pro. Okay, then before WebDyn Pro, BSP has come. Okay, but anyway, I'll talk about WebDyn Pro first. Okay, disadvantage of WebDyn Pro is client side validation. Okay, is not there. Means problem with WebDyn Pro is that it is a standard UI and beautifying UI is not that much flexible. For example, let's take, okay, let us example, let's take that. Okay, I will go. Okay, now you have a web application and you have your SAP server. Okay, next, so here is your web browser. That is a web browser. Okay, now this is we call it as client and this is we call it as server. As for HANA system, on-premises system mode. Okay, now have an application, a field called email. Okay, I want to check whether the test, the email is correct or not. So if for this validation also, I have to go back to the server. Even for normal, for small validation also, I need to go to the server and again I need to get the response from server. So because it is not, because we are not following the client and server architecture, everything we are putting the load on the server. So this is the one of the reason why WebDyn Pro is not that much popular in the market. As well as there is one more thing is the beautification of the UI. As every client will look on the UI, how it looks. If you look, take it the Java applications, .NET, AngularJS, React, how the UI is good. But when compared to WebDyn Pro, that it's not at all good. Yes or no? So that is the reason WebDyn Pro is not become that much popular in the market. Then coming back to the BSP. Yes, okay, instead of not able to use beautifying UI using WebDyn Pro, okay, they had already come up with a concept called BSP, that is called business server pages. And by BSP it has inbuilt HTML libraries where they had given lot of UI to look good, like checkbox, input field, drop boxes, web pages, everything they have given, where there is a flexibility to beautify the UI. Yes, okay, perfect. You are telling WebDyn Pro the beautification is not possible, but in BSP it is possible. Then why the BSP has not become that much popular? Sorry, yeah, BSP is not. The drawback is that the code for BSP is not fast development is not possible. So there are a lot of developments we have to consider while developing BSP. So that is the reason SAP has come up with called SAP WI. It stands for SAP Web User Interface. What is that? It is a combination of the BSP plus WebDyn Pro. What they did? Okay, you are telling that like BSP has HTML libraries, but fast development is not possible. But WebDyn Pro fast development is possible. So I will combine this SAP Web UI is nothing but it is a combination of WebDyn Pro plus WebDyn Pro plus BSP. Okay, so this is what which has come into picture. So what they did, SAP Web UI is a combination of WebDyn Pro plus BSP. Yes, by using WebDyn Pro, I can get the data easily. So BSP plus WebDyn Pro will have flexibility on user interface and on data from the backend to the model. So what exactly I'm saying that BSP WebDyn Pro will give flexibility on user interface and develop applications very easily. And they have started with SAP CRM and SAP Web UI is popular in market and the user interface was good and extensibility. Okay, but the problem that is customizing is not easy in web UI because there are bundles of layers are there. So whenever you want to develop anything, there are a lot of bundles of layers are there. Okay, but the problem that is customizing is not easy in web UI because there are a lot of bundles of the layers that whenever we want to develop SAP GUI as a ABAPer, we need to have BSP plus WebDin Pro plus Genil. There are a lot of layers to develop the BSP. As an ABAPer should know about, and as an ABAPer, it is very difficult to customize standard applications and is also not that much flexible. Animation kind of stuff is not possible in BSP applications. So that is the reason SAP has came out and went to SAP UFI and SAP Fiori. Okay, where the final goal is for SAPs to run their business. SAP has enforced the client to use because there no competitor, because there was no competitor, but now there are a lot of competitors. Whenever SAP was there, that time there was no competitor, no, but now so many competitors like AngularJS, React, Vue, Java, oh, so many technologies has come. So there is a big competition and we cannot stick with two WebDin Pro applications and everything because a lot of pressure is coming from the clients to SAP. So that is the reason SAP has to listen to the client, say, okay, then SAP has introduced SAP UFI and Fiori. SAP had came back. They are listening to the client. That is the reason SAP Fiori has come into the picture. Any questions, guys? Is it clear, guys? Anyone have any questions? No questions. Then let's move to the introduction to SAP Fiori. Right now we understood that why SAP has went to SAP UFI and Fiori. Now let's discuss about the introduction to SAP Fiori. Okay, in today's business environment, user face many challenges like in hunting for timely, up-to-date data and accurate informations. In addition, accessibility to this information on way anytime is vital to their ability to make faster and smarter decisions. Obviously, if you get the data anywhere, anytime, you can take the decisions very fast. So for that, the answer is SAP Fiori. So let us assume that you want to work on applications. So what you need to do, you need to go to desktop, you need to connect, and you can open your GUI transactions. Until that, you cannot access, yes or no? But SAP Fiori applications, you can access in the mobile, you can access in the tablet, you can access in the desktop. So anywhere you can open and you can get the accurate information and you can take the decisions fast. Yes or no? So that's what the answer is, Fiori. Okay, so now what is the origin of the SAP Fiori? Okay, now we understood why SAP was introduced. Now what was the origin of the SAP Fiori? So when a research was concluded, it was found that most of the SAP users use SAP user interface to access the applications. Okay, so this includes common applications related to the manager employee interaction such as leave request, travel request, etc. So the SAP has GUI had more than 3 lakh screens with the various functions in it. So SAP checked the most frequently used applications and decided to renewal the application. This is how the SAP Fiori has been. So what they did that they went, they digged into it, they understood that which are the applications SAP people are using more frequently. They started converting one by one into SAP Fiori applications because if the GUI has more than 3 lakh screens, they cannot convert on the short one. So they started converting every release. They started converting SAP GUI screens into SAP Fiori applications. This is how the origin of SAP Fiori started. This is how the SAP Fiori was born. Any questions, guys? Is it clear, guys? Anyone have any questions?
Sir, so like regarding that one in SAP GUI, what we're like we are performing any opening any transactions like VA01, VA02 related to sales order. So
Mhm.
same transaction now we are like operating through Fiori app. You mean to say?
It will not be same transaction. They have developed a SAP Fiori application separately related to the VA01, related to the ME21. They have separately developed the Fiori applications using SAP UFI technology.
So is it not related to the GUI related, right?
No, SAP, see, you are telling, I think you, maybe I'll tell you in this way. You can open the same GUI transaction in the SAP Fiori Launchpad, but you can open only in the desktop. You cannot open the transaction in the in the mobile and tablet. But SAP started converting this, not converting, replacing this SAP VA01 with SAP Fiori guidelines applications, which is developed using SAP UI5. Okay, where you can
Got it.
open those applications using the mobile or desktop. So they are started deprecating, or I would say deprecating one by one screen SAP GUI. Please open in the SAP Fiori. This is what they are doing slowly. And one day SAP
So,
GUI will get deprecated completely. Yeah, please tell me.
yeah. So regarding that one, whatever the enhancement that we are performing over here in a screen level, in any
Hmm,
transaction, standard transaction level, so
hmm.
are we performing the same thing in Fiori level as well, right? If we are enhancing any screen elements and all.
Okay, so you are telling that like you are using both GUI as well as you are using both this GUI as well as Fiori. Is it that is your question?
Like question is like you said, right? Like in a
Hmm.
SAP Fiori, whatever the transaction that we were using in SAP GUI, it is same related to that, but we have to like opening through Fiori app, right?
No, no,
Like
no, no. I
based on
said
the
that
guideline.
we have to develop from the scratch using SAP UFA technology. Two options are there. I'll tell you what. Let me tell you in this way. What I said. Okay. So there is a concept called GUI for HTML. Okay. Then your this is a SAP GUI transaction called VA01. Okay. And what they did, they have converted and not converted. We are trying to open the same transaction in the desktop. Sorry, in the browser, that is desktop. Like same transaction code you can open in VA01 transaction in the browser, only in desktop. Now coming to the Fiori. So SAP has converted, not converted, developed from the scratch. Whatever the functionality which VA01 is doing, they developed from the scratch a Fiori application, web application, Fiori application from the scratch. Okay, this application you can open in desktop, you can open in tablet, you can open in mobile. This Fiori application you can open in the desktop. Functionality is the same, but the development is completely different. Desktop, then tablet and mobile. But whatever the screen which you are opening VA01 in the desktop, you can open just the transaction code, but you cannot open in tablet and you cannot open in the mobile. You cannot open.
Got it,
You
sir. Yeah.
got it right? You cannot open this same transaction code in the tablet or in the mobile. And UI also is not good. So I'm talking about this part. So they have
If I
converted.
want to modify any screen, then we have to follow the same rules that we were doing for the SAP GUI,
where
like
where you
customer
want to
exit or
modify.
any body.
No. See, that's what. See, if you want to modify this application, you're talking about this part, right? This part, eh?
Yes,
Yes or
like
no?
any standard transaction,
Ah,
if I want
ah.
to
No.
change or something.
You're talking about Fiori application or Fiori application only, no?
Fiori, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So when you want to do extensions to this standard Fiori applications, okay. So what you have to do, there is a concept called extensions in the Fiori. Separate. You have to add new fields, means you will come, you have to do extends. There is a concept in Fiori application, extension of standard Fiori apps. You have to follow that concept. And when you extend
Okay.
here, it won't reflect here automatically. Both are separate, no? Understood? Both are separate. So if
Yes,
you are
yes.
extending here, if you want to extend, you are still using VSN, you have to extend here also. Is it
Got it,
clear
sir.
now? Yeah. Let's come back to our.
Sir,
Any questions?
I have few questions, sir. Okay,
Yeah,
you are
please.
saying like completely new development means it's only like we say the same example VA01. What are the
Mm,
input we are providing for creating sales order? That input
mm,
screen, the front end only we are developed from the scratch. The data what we are getting that through the passing through data and we are connecting the database. Am I right?
correct.
Okay, so for any for, okay, the same example you are saying, if you want to add any few extension, you are using extension and adding few fields. If it
Mm.
means the front end, whatever you are adding, the back end, that table, the relevant table we have,
OData.
yeah,
OData also you need to extend.
then we have to modify the table itself, am I right?
Yes,
Then,
absolutely. Obviously, with finally it is a table
mm,
only, no? Where it is getting it from which table?
okay, so
VBAC,
okay, so the
VBAC and VWAP, right?
yeah,
If I
so
look at
the completely
mm,
new development means the only the front end, whatever we are the end user passing the data, that
mm,
screen is okay. The Java based, am I right, sir?
it is a not Java based. It is
Yeah.
a ACP UFA based.
Okay. So that UI web development we have developed from the scratch. Whatever user going to provide the input, then the front end, the back end, it was the already
Let
existing.
I'll complete. I'll complete. I'll complete. See,
Okay. Yeah.
I'll complete. You need to do front end changes. You need to do OData changes. Okay, and that will hit to your these tables.
Okay. 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 So
Okay.
how it works in BTP, sir? Okay, a simplified one. If you want to add any custom transition code to Fiori apps, what's the procedure, sir?
If you want to develop a custom app,
Yeah. No, yes. Of course. We
yeah,
have
we'll do.
we
Yeah,
have
yeah, we will do. Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. See,
yeah, we
you are
have
now I'm talking about standard apps, but now you're jumping to custom apps. Is it right?
yes, yes, exactly.
Let's go in flow. Now we are just deviating
Yeah,
the
fine,
topic.
fine, sir. Fine, not an issue. Please proceed, sir. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. So clear, right? Origin of the SAP Fury is clear. Correct. Now, what is SAP Fury? Is it a technology? So SAP Fury, people think that is it a technology? No, SAP Fury it is not a technology. Then what it is? Is it a platform? No, SAP Fury it is not a platform. Then what is SAP Fury? It is a UX provided by SAP software. Means it is a user interface provided by SAP software. Okay, so easy. It is a responsive. SAP Fury is responsive means whenever you say SAP Fury application, it should automatically open to the desktop. It should automatically open to the tablet. It should automatically open to the mobile. So that is we call it as responsive. It is open. You develop the Fury application, any technology, Java, .NET, whatever. But you need to follow the guidelines to develop the user interface. So that is called a Fury. Fury is nothing but it is not a technology. It is not a platform. It is just a guidelines to develop the user interface. See, from past 40 years of experience which SAP has, what SAP user interface required, what they want to for the users and take an approval, and based on that interface the SAP has developed. Okay, so that is the reason SAP has done lot of research and came up with the guidelines to develop the SAP Fury applications. So finally, SAP Fury, it is not a technology, it is not a platform, it is just a guidelines to develop the user interface. Is it clear, guys? Any questions? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Clear, sir.
So what else about SAP Fury? It has design principles to develop the user interface. What are those design principles to develop the user interface? Is that role based. So design for you, your need, and now I said that Fury is not a technology. So what it is? It is a design guidelines to develop the user interface. What are those? Role based, design for you, your needs, and how your work. Means until that application is assigned to you user, you will not able to access it. That is the reason it is role based. Responsive, it means whenever you say SAP Fury application, it should automatically open to the desktop, it is automatically should open to the mobile, it should automatically open to the tablet. That is called the responsive. Simple, focus on the important. See, if you look at if you took at VA01, it has lot of fields, lot of tabs. It's too confusing for the end users. Yes or no? But when we are talking about SAP Fiori guidelines, the guidelines is you should focus only on important fields only when you are developing Fiori applications, so that the application looks very simple instead of too complex. Okay, coherent provides one fluid seamless experience. Means if you look at VA01, the screen is different. ME21, the screen is different. With FV01, the screen is different. Okay, all end users will have different screens, too confusing. But whenever you develop the Fiori application, you should follow the guidelines of SAP Fiori, saying that for all the transactions provide one fluid seamless, means one template or one structure, so that end user will not get confused. So provides one fluid seamless experience. This is the guidelines of the Fiori. Delightful. You should develop your Fiori application such a delightful, the end user will have emotional connection to work on it. So if you follow all these guidelines, then it is called the SAP Fiori application. Is it clear, guys? Any questions? Anyone have any questions, guys? Is it clear, guys? Any questions, guys? No questions. Now coming to the what is SAP Fiori Launchpad. Okay, the Fiori Launchpad, okay, provides an end user an entry point to access the Fiori. See, I said that, okay, Fiori is a role based. Means until the application is accessed, you will not able to, until assign the application is assigned to the user, you will not able to access the application. So for that, the SAP has given a concept called SAP Fiori Launchpad. What is that? SAP Fiori Launchpad. Okay, what is that it do? It is a Launchpad provides end user an entry point to access the Fiori applications. Okay, which is a role based, consistent, and a friendly manner using tiles. So how you are getting access to this application is you will enter your user ID and password. Okay, then until this application, you are able to hear me, right? You are able to hear me? Yeah. So until
Yes, sir.
you, yeah, until your this application or this tile is assigned to your user ID, you will not able to see this tile. Okay, here we are seeing the, that is we call it as role base. Okay, and also tiles should be, we have dynamic tiles, we have live tiles, we have real-time applications. So see, these are called static tiles. Okay, we have dynamic tiles is, see, for example, you are in a timesheet approver, you need to approve the timesheets, then you can see the counter itself right away that okay, you have 30 timesheets which you need to approve. So these are called the dynamic tiles. And what is the KPI called? Where you can see the chart and you can take about whether the based on the company code this much postings has happened. You can see the chart itself in the tile instead of getting inside to the applications. So those are called KPIs. Is it clear? Any questions? And you have a search to search the apps. So this SAP Fiori Launchpad is an entry point to access the Fiori application for the end users.
Sir, can you repeat once, please?
SAP
Please tell.
Fiori Launchpad. See, for example, when you open the mobile, you will see all the apps or not. Yes or no?
Yes,
In the
yes.
same way, SAP is providing a concept called SAP Fiori Launchpad. You will enter the URL and you will enter your username and password. Once you enter it, whatever the tiles, this we call it as tile, when you click on the tile, your application will open. In the same way, when you open mobile, you will see the apps. When you click on the app, your app will open, right? Here also concept is the same. So until this tile is assigned to your user ID, you will not able to access. Okay, so when you click on this tile, application will open. So it's an entry point for the end users to access their applications. Is it clear?
Yes.
Next, okay, what is SAP Fiori? SAP Fiori is nothing but a collection of apps where we can simply use user experience for broadly and frequently used SAP applications that work seamlessly across devices like desktop, tablet, or smartphone. Clear? Any questions? Next. So now we understood what is SAP Fiori and what are the guidelines and what are the what is SAP Fiori Launchpad. Okay, we have, but how we to develop SAP Fiori. SAP Fiori is not a technology, it is not a platform. Yes or no? Right? So it is just a guidelines. So now they have how to develop, yes, using SAP UI5. Using SAP UI5 technology, I am developing SAP Fiori applications. Why? Because it follows all the guidelines of the SAP Fiori. That is the reason I'm able using SAP UI5 technology. It's open source, anyone can develop. Browser compatibility, very important. So whenever you are developing SAP UI5 applications, the same application which you developed in the browser, in the Google Chrome, you can open the same application which you have developed in the Microsoft Edge, you can open. There will be no issues at all. So that is the reason whenever you develop the application SAP UI5, it is browser compatibility. There will be no issues. Every browser will open any device. So whenever you develop SAP UI5 application, you can open automatically in any devices, mobile, desktop, and tablet. So this is the guidelines of the SAP Fiori. So that is the reason we are using SAP UI5 technology to develop SAP Fiori applications. And also it has powerful theming and branding. And efficiency and performance also is good. So that is the reason we are using the SAP UI5 technology to develop the Fiori applications, because it follows all the guidelines of the SAP Fiori. Any questions, guys?
Hi, Bobby. I have a question.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah. So Fiori is mostly for standard applications. Whenever you wanted to develop any custom applications, you have to go with UEFI. Is it
No, no,
right?
no, no, no. Even the standard SAP Fiori applications which SAP developer are using SAP UFI only.
Okay.
Okay, even we develop custom application, we use SAP UFI technology only. Okay, yeah. Any more questions?
Like what is the main? If someone asks what is the difference between Fiori and UEFI?
Yes,
What?
Fiori, it is just a guidelines to develop the user interface. SAP UFI is a technology to develop the Fiori applications. That is the difference.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions?
No from us.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So now let's move to what are the components of the SAP UFI application. If you want to develop the SAP UFI application, what are the components? You require SAP UFI, you require a OData, you require SAP NetWeaver Gateway Service to develop the SAP Fiori applications. So let's go and I will explain this part in the diagram. Okay, so you have SAP UI5 application, Fiori application, and you have here S4 HANA system. Okay, this is S4 HANA system. And this is your SAP UFI. Okay, now in this one I have certain fields, certain input fields, and I have a save button. Okay, now what a now the data which is sitting in the our data dictionary here. This is our data dictionary. So total data is sitting here. Now I have to send this data to the SAP UFI, or it is a read or fetch also. It can be it can be fetch also. Some sales order number you enter, it is time. Now what will happen, right? Okay, yes, when I click on a fetch or save button, okay, a request from SAP UI5 need to go to S4HANA system, and here you need to get the response back and display the data. What is it? Request and the response. So now what, how? So we have a NetWeaver gateway where we will be creating a gateway project. Okay, then we'll create a entity type. Okay, we'll create a entity set and we'll generate a service. Okay, then this entity type and entity set, which will generate a DPC and MPC class. Okay, in the DPC class, I'll be writing the ABAP code to get the data from the data dictionary. Okay, so now this, okay, once it is done, so this service which is there now, I'll be registering into slash I wfnd slash wfnd slash main underscore service. Okay, once I register, it will generate a OData. So that OData, I'll be passing it to the SAP UFI and request and response will come. So the same thing we will be doing in the real time. Now we will go back. I'm going to the server, remote server. I'll be doing this exercise. Okay, so I'm logging into the SAP system. Okay, then I will be going to the table SC11. So there is a custom table I am taken that is called Ziri Fiori Prac. Okay, and it has some data, you see. Now, yes, this is the dictionary. Yes, I have. Now I'll go to the SCGW T code. Okay, then I'll create a project. So Z batch 72 demo. Okay, I'm giving local project. You can create a package and everything. Okay, then just save it. Then I'll just right click on the data model, create entity type. Yes, I'm creating an entity type. Okay, then I'm creating an entity set. Entity set. Then press enter. Okay, then save it. Then you go to the entity type and add properties. Means what are the fields you want to expose, you will add into this here. Okay, I'm just copying this one. Okay, okay, then paste it. Primary key, and by default we have to give the EDM string data type. Perfect. And also you can give label also. Copy this, then paste it. And also you can give above field name. Perfect. Save it and regenerate it. So this will create DPC MPC class. What is DPC stands for the data provider class. Means the total business logic where the runtime data is flowing, you will put under the DPC. Okay, what are the fields which you have added in the property section will come under MPC. MPC stands for model provider class. Now I'll be writing a BAP code in this DPC to get the data from the data dictionary table called JetFiori Prac. Okay, now let me get that one because this is the demo. That's why I'm copying and pasting it. Generally, I'll be in normal class. I'll be writing the code. I'm sharing back. Okay, let's go to this one. So I will go to the service, sorry, runtime artifacts, DPC ext, go to the web workbench. Okay, then scroll down. So related to entity type which I've created, there will be 5 methods will create automatically. One is called create entity, will create a record, delete entity will delete a record, get entity will get single record, get entity set will get more than record, update entity will update the record. We'll click on change. Okay, and put the, because we want to display more than one record, so that is the reason I'm going get entity set and I'm redefining this method. Okay, here I'm just pasting this code. Okay, then I'm just going to activate this one. Perfect. So what this code is doing, it is getting the simple query. It is getting the data from this table and putting into the internal table and looping it and entering the each record to this et underscore entity set. Is it clear? So now I'm putting an external breakpoint here. See, I'm putting an external breakpoint here. Perfect, done. I'm coming back. I'm going to take this service copy. Okay, then I'm going to the is I said no slash I develop maintain service. So SCGW project is created, entity type created, entity set is created with generated DPC, MPC. Then I'm taking this service and I'm registering the service in slash I develop maintain service decode. This decode. Okay, what this will do, I'm clicking on add selected system alias and I'm just pasting it and press enter, and this will generate a OData services. What is it? This will generate a OData services. Click back, we have registered it. This will generate a OData services. Press enter. So click on gateway client. Okay, click on entity set. This is our entity set. Execute. This will trigger our method. You see. Okay, I'm looping the each record. Okay, I'm sending to et underscore entity set. What is et underscore entity set? See, data is coming. So et underscore entity set is your export parameter. I'll show you what. Okay, et underscore entity set, you see what is et underscore entity set? Scroll down. Et underscore is export parameter of type what? You can see it going to the MPC, TS, it going here, and you see these are the fields I added in the property. MPC. Clear? So now, yes, my backend development is done. I'm going to do one more, okay, call browser. Click on this one. Hello. Enter your SAP system user ID password. Okay, and give your entity set. Paste it. Press enter. Okay, so I'm just executing. See, the data is coming. So now this is your OData URL. Okay, and this OData URL you will put in your SAP UI5 and you will display the data. So this part is done. Anyone have any questions, guys? Anyone have any questions? Please, if you have any questions, let me know. Any questions, guys? Clear? What we have done. Anyone have any questions? Please let me know. Any questions, guys? Now I am going to the BTP. This is called the BTP which I am going. Now let's come to understand what is BTP. Anyone knows what is BTP? Anyone knows what is BTP?
Babu, it's a cloud technology now. It's called BTP.
Okay.
Business technology platform. We have more enabled services like software service. Like we have more products available in SAP as a service, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
It's
Anyone?
now.
Yeah, please. Yeah, please. Anyone? So SAP BTP offers variety of runtime like Java, Node.js, Hana, and now it is ABAP. So SAP BTP supports necessary runtime. For example, if you want to write the code related to the C notepad, we cannot run, we require C compiler. If you want to run a Java program, we have to install Java runtime, so-called JRE. And similarly, if you want to run a ABAP program, you require a ABAP layer which can understand your code, compile your code, check for syntax errors, execute your code. So that runtime environment is part of BTP. And this is we call as service as platform as service. Is it clear, guys? Any questions? Any questions? What is BTP? So along with it is providing your runtime, it is also providing lot of services where you can use the services and you can build innovative solutions. So SAP BTP is a well-known platform as service PaaS offering from SAP. If you are planning to build innovative solutions to leveraging new technologies like blockchain, machine learning, artificial intelligence, Gen AI, Internet of Things, analytics, etc., SAP BTP is one of the best techno platform available in the market. And it is going to provide you out of the box integrations options, built-in software development kits, SDKs to integrate with SAP S4 HANA, success factors, okay, Ariba and other SAP non-SAP systems also. Okay, so it is a blessed platform for building applications that can connect to the systems. So although choosing the right environment depends on many factors. The Cloud Foundry environment should be your first choice because it is an open source PaaS that's enabled to use multi-programming languages like Java, Node.js, Python, Go, even offers bringing your own language means you bring your any language, I'm going to support. It has a necessary runtime where you can check execute your code, you can check your syntax errors, you can compile your code. You bring any language, I'm going to support. Is it clear, guys? So now understood what is BTP. So it is also not only providing the runtime, it is also providing you the what it is providing. It is also providing you the necessary runtime. Along with that, it is also providing you the services where you can use the services and you can develop the innovative solutions. Clear? Yeah. Any questions, guys? Anyone have any questions? No questions. So now I'm getting inside to the sub account, you see. So now here you see service marketplace. Okay, and you have various services. For example, I want to convert a mobile app using mobile service. I want to develop a RAP applications using a app on cloud, this one. Okay, I want to develop business applications studio. I want to build a SAP UFI application, you can use this service. Okay, so like this various services are there which we can use these services and we can leverage the innovative solutions. And one of the service I'm using is BAS to develop the SAP UFI applications. So now understood what is BTP. Anyone have any questions? Now we are going to develop this SAP UI5 application, okay, in BTP in the cloud. Okay, so one of the service in BTP is called Business Application Studio. Okay, so SAP BTP is a platform that powers you to become an intelligent enterprise through integrations, extensions, data to value, all SAP and third-party application. Not only that, even it has databases also, like HANA database, PostgreSQL database. Also, it's a database management, analytics, application development. Lot are there, services are there where you can use the service in BTP and develop the innovative solutions. Okay, so now any questions about BTP? Is it clear what is BTP now? Anyone have any questions about BTP?
Hello, Babu.
Yeah. Please tell me.
Okay. In your slide, you mentioned we can connect non-SAP system also. Okay, do we have? Is it possible to connect SAP BTP to SAP R3 using a Fiori?
SAP R3 means ECC system, huh?
Yeah, ECC system to BTP.
ECC system to the BTP. Yes, you can connect her through Cloud Connector.
Okay. So we can use Fiori apps.
Yes, in ECC also we have some Fiori apps. We can develop. If see, that's what I'm saying. You need to install the NetWeaver gateway component in your ECC system, which will generate a OData service.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions, guys?
Babu, like, so for understanding Fiori and the UFI, do we need to have knowledge on JavaScript, HTML, and
Yeah.
CSS?
That is
It's
part of
mandate.
my that is my part of my training. I'm
Okay.
going to what I'll cover. I'll come to that point. What I'm going to cover in this my training.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Any questions, guys? Until this one, this part. Anyone have any questions? Sorry. Any questions up to this part? Okay. So now this part which is there. Okay. I will not talk about the cloud connector and everything because this is demo. I will be just developing and consuming the OData service which I have developed. Okay. So now file anyway the cloud connector everything in detail we'll discuss in the training. Okay. So now I'm just creating a new project. You see new project from template. Okay. SAP Fiori generator. Yes, I'm planning to develop a freestyle application means SAP UFI. So what is the data source? Now, obviously, where is my data source? This OData service sitting in SAP on-premises system, right? So yes, I need to connect to the system. What is the system is connecting is BTP S4 Hana. And now I have to get that OData service, right? What is the service name? This is the one, right? This is the service. See, I got it. How I got it? I'll tell you. Click next, view name. Let's not get into too much deeper. Understand the end-to-end flow. Okay. Okay. Then click on finish button. So now I'm creating a project, SAP UFA project. So now come back to here. You see here you have a destinations. Okay. So this is the destination I have selected as a data source. So what it is doing, it is connecting to this URL. What is this URL? Go to Cloud Connector. Okay, which it is pointing to your on-premises ABAP system. Okay, so now yes, come back and then I will open this project individually. File, open folder, projects, ZBatch demo 72. Click OK. Perfect. Okay, then ZBatch demo 72. Perfect. Okay, now see, let's not get into too much detail. Okay, now you go to web app, go to manifest.json, and now you see this ODate, this URL. If you come back here, okay, I'll just copy this entire URL. Okay, then I will just paste it in the my notepad++. Okay, now you see from here SAP OPU OData SAP ZBatch 72 SRV. It is here. Okay, so this is linked to call main service. Okay, then if you go to the how this has come, because we have fetched from the this destination. This destination is linked to your ABAP system. That is your backend system. Any questions? Okay, so this part, this 873, this part is there in your ABAP system. Okay, now this part is done. This part is done, and this part is also done. Now this part pending. Okay, now come back. Okay, now I will be going to the section called models. Under the model, see, I'm just copying and pasting up because it is a demo. 1 second. If not, I will be writing the code. Okay, just a second. Let me get it. Okay, so under the model section, okay, I'm putting a comma, I'm pasting it. Okay, now I'm giving one name called model, that is called invoice2, and the type of OData model is this one. Then I am linking data source. What is my data source? This main service. Copy this one and just paste this here. Okay, now understood. So now invoice2 is the name I'm giving. Type is OData model, and data source is this one. This will call under this main source. What is that? My OData service is there. Perfect. Now I'm going right away to my view. Let's not get into that. Okay, so I have linked, I have consumed this URL. It is there in SAP UFI or not? You tell me. Now it is there in SAP UFI or not, this OData URL? Here it is there or not? Anyone have any questions on this point? Hello? Any questions? Anyone have any questions? Let's understand the flow. That's all. We're not going to go in depth. Any questions, guys? No questions. Perfect. Next, okay, next, coming back to here, I'm writing some SAP XML view code. Okay, I will explain that also. So this is a demo. I'm just copying and pasting it. Okay, now see, invoice2 is my model name which I defined in the manifest, and this is your entity set. Come back to our URL. You see? Okay, so now come back to URL. You see? So this part, and this is your entity set. What is that? Jet Fiori set. Copy this one and paste it here. Perfect. Now I'm planning to display table. Okay, and which has columns: product name, quantity, extended price, shipper name, shipper date, and status, column names. Now I'm displaying the data. How the data is coming? Invoice2 is my model name which I define in manifest. This is the product name. You see, product name. Copy this, just paste it. Quantity. Copy this, just paste it. Now I'll tell you. Invoice2. What is invoice2? Link. This one. What it comes? It's OData model. Data source is main service. Come back. This is our main service. What it contains? This. Where it came from? This destination. Okay, where is this destination is connected? To cloud connector. What is this cloud connector is connected to your ABAP system? Okay, now I will be going to 3 dots, run configurations, create configuration, select this project which we have developed. Index.html, save it, put the cursor, execute. So now you see it is in processing. It has triggered our debugger. You see, now I'm pressing F8. Okay, and the data is displaying. Clear? Any confusing? Anyone have any confusion? Please let me know. What it is? It's simple. One table, column names I'm giving and displaying. How simple it is, Sapui5. Any questions, guys? No questions. Now let's come to main part about what are the topics which I'll be covering. Okay, so every day, okay, it will be 1.5 hours. Okay, and on every Friday, I'll be giving exercises based on the topic which I covered on that week. Okay, once the class is over daily, I'll be uploading the recording video. Okay, and also what are the programs which I covered and the PPTs which I covered, I'll be uploading. And the recording video will be there, view access for 1 year, and PPTs, study materials, interview question and answers, okay, resume template, everything you can download. Recording video will be there, view access for 1 year. And also along with this one, what are the real-time projects which I have developed in my experience, I have put in this training. Okay, I'm going to give interview question and answers, study materials, resume template, real-time projects with the documentation, where you can tell in your, if you are facing interview or anything, you can tell that this is the what I have developed. Is it clear, guys? Any questions, guys?
Babu, kindly advise what's the timing daily?
I'll tell you the timings. I'll tell you the time. Okay, let's come to the topic which I'll be covering in this training. 1 second, I'm just bringing that one. I'm sharing back. Okay, yes, introduction to SAP UFI, OData, Fiori, SAP UFI framework, SAP UFI and OData. Then we'll start with HTML5. Okay, where we'll discuss about the all the HTML, understanding markup language, tags, elements, developing HTML pages, paragraphs, headers, breaks. Then we will move to CSS, where we'll discuss about the inline, internal, font, box, classes, okay, RGB, okay, a lot of things. Okay, then we'll move to the JavaScript, variables, operators, strings, nested ifs, scripts, so JavaScript forms, events, validations, operators, regular expressions, arrays. Okay, everything we'll discuss in the JavaScript. Then I will move to SAP UFI, because the base to develop SAP UFI is HTML5, CSS, and JavaScript. I'll cover that. Then I'll come to SAP UFI. Okay, here what is it? Bootstrapping, initializations, naming conventions, libraries, architecture, JSON models, resource model, OData, fragments, custom fragment, formatters, properties, elements. Okay, okay, how to debug the applications, translating the split app, resource bundles, okay, responsiveness, SAP Web ID and Bash. We both, mostly 90% will be using Bash. 5 to 10% will use web ID, where we'll create applications, CRUD operations, smart forms, smart tables, expand, create deep entity, okay, deploying custom Fiori applications, extending standard Fiori applications, developing charts, promises, end-to-end development we'll do. Next, okay, we will be developing everything in the BAS, which will consume the Odata service, and we'll be developing in the BAS. Next, what SAP Fiori, what are the Fiori design principles, UX strategy, Launchpad, Fiori Launchpad, Launchpad designer, and custom Fiori apps, PFCG roles, theme designer, activation of the standard Fiori app, debugging the standard Fiori app, developing KPIs, everything we'll be doing. Then there is a service called, okay, in BTP, SAP Cloud Transport Management Service, where we will move from one SAP Fiori application to another sub account, right? How we'll transport that. And SAP continuous integration will integrate to the GitHub from the BAS, and we will start moving our changes to one sub account to sub account using continuous integrations. Okay, then we'll be developing using ABAP CDS views. We'll develop SAP Fiori element templates, and we'll be using SAP NetWeaver Gateway OData, introduction to OData, SCGW, CRUD operations, file upload, filtering, expand, create deep entity, batch, filtering, counting, format, everything we'll be doing. Is it clear? Next, we will be covering SAP Build Work Zone service also. Okay, so real-time projects development, recording sessions with view access for 1 year. And those who have taken this training, I'm providing free ABAP and OOPS ABAP recording videos. Okay, okay, and study materials will be provided. You will be developing apps in the both Eclipse, SAP WebID and BAS. Okay, on every Friday, I'll be giving exercises based on the topic which I covered on that week. I'll be providing interview question and answers on SAP of a Fiori ABAP data. Right? So, any questions in the this course details? Anyone have any questions in the course details?
So yeah, at the last slide, it is mentioned about the practice related. Can you go
Correct,
at the
correct.
last?
Yes, yes. So there is a server access.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember. So this is the server I'm using, right? This is an external vendor. Okay, who is providing it? In this, you have SAP login pad. Okay, you have a Eclipse. You have a cloud connector setup is already there. You have a, SAP Fiori Launchpad, Launchpad Designer. Everything is setup is there.
So we can connect via remote desktop.
Yes, 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 sir. Remote desktop. That is what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah. Any more questions,
So it's
guys?
a per month 1500 rupees, right?
Yeah, he is charging 1500 rupees per month.
Okay. And what's the time duration for this course?
Yeah, it is 45 hours. Yeah. Any more questions? Okay. If you don't have any more questions,
This conference will now be recorded.
I am starting this new batch on SAP UI5 will be 19th. That is next week, Wednesday onwards. Okay. That is March 19th, 2025. I'm starting this new batch. March 19th. Okay. Okay. Those who are interested, please let. Okay. Okay. Chalo guys. Thanks guys. Bye.